Bigyan ko kayo ng background na kasi napaka-importante ito kung bakit. Yung pong UPLB Interdisciplinary Program on Climate Change was established in 2007 and we have had a number of activities already. One of which is we started with seminar series. Marami pa pong activities before. We started with seminar series at every 2 months. Meron po tayong activities. Okay. And ito po yung ginagawa doon sa Operations Research Room ng UPLB. And then, isa sa pinaka-grounding, ganito, yan. Ay yung International Conference on Climate Change Adaptation in Food and Environmental Security. Ito po which was conducted November 27, 28, 2012 sa Sharjah. We had 150 participants from 20 countries. Okay. And then we also had yung ating mga members from the different colleges also have their projects funded. In-endorse po ng IDPCC. By the way, in-emphasize po natin dito yung interdisciplinary. At saka pinalo natin yung IPCC, yung Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. So, binago po natin yun. Ginawa po natin Interdisciplinary Program on Climate Change. So, kasi tulog na rin. Okay. So, yung kung ginamit ko kanina, selected studies were funded ng DA Board, ng DOST, ng CHED, na in-implement ng ating mga kasama sa IPCC program. Okay. And then, one particular activity is actually the coming of the marine scientists. Apat ito, hindi isa, apat ito, headed by Dr. Joey Comiso, okay, from the US. And we had a workshop sa Los Baños with UPLB scientists. And we also invited other non-UPLB scientists working on climate change. And the output of that is the white paper. Okay, meron pong white paper about 150 pages in terms of recommendations on what to do by the DOST and by the government as far as climate change adaptation. And then, nanganap pa ho ito dahil na-notice ng outside UPLB that we have the capacity, so we were given the MDGF, the Millennium Development Goal Fund project on vulnerability assessment in agriculture and forestry. This is a 2-year project, so we were able to develop the tools and nakakonduct din po tayo ng mga training courses dito under the MDGF. Okay. And then, the capacity building through trainings, we had a number of LGUs, tinakbo tayo ng LG, ng Local Government Academy to conduct trainings. Some, well, we were also invited by DA, by CHED to conduct trainings for selected stakeholders. Okay. Now, there is another, I heard the Chancellor mention about a book. There is a forthcoming book, Changing Philippine Climate. This is coming out of October 2013. It's now in the press. And this will be 345 pages of book. And the authors are Chancellor, Dean Nars, sino ba? Si Dean John, sino ba? Si Vice Vicky, and myself. And the other 4 marine scientists. May nakalimutan ba ako? Anyway, lalabas na po yan. Hindi po namin alam kung magkano bebenta yan o kung may bibili. Okay. And then there is another forthcoming activity, National Conference on Building Blocks for Climate Resilient Local Communities. This will be held November 27-28 sa Traders Hotel. Every is private. Libre po ito. Magpalista lang kay Nats. Okay, libre po yan. 2 araw po yan, including accommodation sa Traders Hotel. So, mauna lang po. November 27-28. Okay. Nats, si Ma'am. Don't forget. Okay. So, this is actually together with Climate Change Commission and also funded by GIZ in Germany. Okay? Yeah. IPSI. Makapagkamit si Hermit. IPSI. Okay. Now, the other forthcoming activity output of this program is the special issue of GESAN. This will be out first semester of 2014. It's a special issue about 12 articles. Okay, it's now being edited or being reviewed, and this will be one of our major outputs. Okay? And then, of course, nito pong nakaraang tatlong holidays, August 19, 21, 26, yung pong committee ay nagtrabaho. Ayan po, ayan si Ted na pong aming coordinator. Galit na galit po ang aking misis at bago na abay, pero yung holiday eh. Okay, ginawa po namin yung program proposal on crop forecasting or DOST. Okay, ito po ay around at least 80 million for a 3-year project, 80 to 100 million pesos. At ipipresent na po ito first week of September. Final presentation na po ito, and we have to dami pong expectations sa atin dito, and I think we can deliver naman. Okay? Amen? Okay, Dean. Okay, yung proper casting natin, ha? Okay. So, ito po yung ITPCC, at nanganak na nga po ito. At, bakit po rin ito? Okay, so we're now proposing from program to center. Okay. And, ayaw ha? Okay. Umulit ulit. Okay. Ito po yung Climate Change and Disaster Risk Studies Center. We try to make a difference, and therefore, kung climate change lang po, hindi masyadong attractive eh. And strategy na rin ito ng national government, dapat ikabit mo ito sa disaster risk. Okay? So, kaya po Climate Change and Disaster Risk Studies Center. Okay, may logo po kami. Mamaya po natin pag-aaral na yung logo, or baka magkakaroon tayo ng logo drawing contest. Okay. Bumalik na naman. Ayan. Ito po yung aming mga miyembro ng technical working group. So, iba't iba pong college units. So, from CA, CAS, OC, OBCI, CDC, SEGAL. Okay. At kasama rin po rito ang SEM, of course, Human Ecology, CBM, dan po si Jan, at saka si Rene, and of course, OBCRE. Okay. At si Bob, nasa dito? Nandito. Ba't wala dito? Nandun. Okay. Ayun. Okay. So, ako pala hindi makakita. Pangalan po ni Dr. Pinyarbay nandun. Okay. So, we have brainstorming on this, and the mission of the center is to develop national and local climate change adaptation and mitigation strategies for a climate resilient agriculture, environment, and natural resources sectors. So, cover na lang po lahat ng ating sectors nito. Okay. The goals of the center are the following. One, to contribute to the national and local level efforts of developing and testing adaptation and mitigation strategies for climate change and risk reduction. So, hindi na po nakapokus sa climate change, but particularly those climate change related risks. Okay? Second, to improve adaptive capacity of the environment, agriculture and natural resources sectors, and communities. So, we're looking at the ecosystem itself and also at the different communities or stakeholders. Now, the third goal is to find solutions to problems brought about by climate change and increasing risk due to natural and human aggravated natural disasters. So, ano po yun? Yung land use change. Okay? Yung po yung anthropogenic activities. Okay? And also, yung ating mga policies, changing policies and so on. Okay. Now, the following are the objectives. Una, to develop methodologies for climate risk prediction, assessment, and management. So, we'll be developing tools, science-based tools, to be able to do this kind of activities. And we will put this out as papers. We'll also put this out as monographs, and also different modules. Second, to develop, test, and validate decision support systems for policy formulation, kagaya na po yung CLUP, governance, and program implementation. Okay, so this will be an important tool for our decision makers at the local government units, for example. So yung kung gagamitin natin sa CLUP, gagamitin natin sa DRR, and as an example is the early warning system. Pero kung kami develop na early warning system for flooding sa Baig. So PhD thesis ito sa CESAM, na-present lang itong first week of August. Third, to help improve the adaptive capacity and resilience of local stakeholders through the provision of relevant technologies. As we know, they are location-specific and also information for decision-making. Ito naman po yung basis ng CAUP. So, yun ang isa sa mga gusto natin ma-influence natin yung decision-making, particularly in the region around UPLB. Okay. Fourth, to generate innovative, clean, and green technologies for the adaptation and mitigation to climate change and natural and man-aggravated hazards. So, we should be able to demonstrate also these particular adaptation options. Fifth, to assist in mainstreaming climate change, DRR, science, and management in all levels of the education system. So, from elementary, high school, college level, and experience ko natin with Albay, we have been part, yung grupo natin sa IDPCC have been part of the program of Albay to train from elementary up to the college level. Okay. And then six, establish an organized and systematic repository of science-based knowledge and information on climate change and related phenomena. So, yun po. Based on our kakaroon tayo ng ating databases and available data bank on these technologies. Okay. The creation of this particular center is actually based on a legal framework, and this is the Climate Change Act of 2009, or RA 9729, 9729. Particularly on Section 10. Section 10 po requires that merong panel of experts. Yung Climate Change Commission, which is actually established because of this act, created a panel of experts. And marami pong taga-LPU ito panel of members of that, who are members of the IDPCC, namely si Chancellor, si Dean, si Dean John, si Vice VP, and myself. Okay. So the idea is that this panel of experts will be providing the technical assistance advice to the Commission. Okay. So nandun na po tayo sa stage nyo. Okay. And as a matter of fact, there will be activities already. There will be activities already on writing and assessment, similar to IPCC report. Yung IPCC report will be out by March 2014, and meron pong tatlong working group yung Climate Change Commission. Meron rin pong members yun. There are a lot of people from UPLB, and they will be writing an assessment for the Philippine situation. Okay, so to realize the center, we propose the following activities and estimated budgetary requirements. Una, the website development. So the idea is to sell the center, the program and the center. Maliit lang naman yung budgetary requirements. We'll be using in-house capacity to be able to do this. And of course, we'll be continuing our seminars, webinars, and also talakayan, particularly on special topics. Okay? So, ginagawa na rin po natin program yan, but then we will institutionalize that. Now, there is also a proposal to conduct knowledge, attitudes, perception survey. Okay? So, para makita natin, ano ba yung outcome ng faculty, ng admin staff, ng reps, ng mga estudyante. Okay? And one of the activities to be done here would be to do do this via the university hubs ng CAS. Okay? The other would be, mamaya babagitin nga ni Dr. Rivera on the focus group discussions, survey interviews, key informant interviews, and so on. Okay? So this will involve siguro mga 3 to 6 months study. Okay? And then, an important activity na napag-usapan namin would be to conduct the UPLB environmental audit. In other words, we will try to assess ourselves. Ano ba yung carbon footprints natin? Particularly yung mga units natin, by unit. Okay? And, of course, yung publication, IEC materials, modules, and, of course, resource generation, project development. So, resource generation could be project development as well as training. Napapansin nyo siguro, palagi na makumbina yung mga taga-UPLB to be resource persons sa mga training courses, babayaran ka lang ng honorarium. So we thought that perhaps it's high time na mag-offer na tayo ng ating training. At this would be siguro mga tayong sponsors or maybe mag-charge na tayo. Kasi ganun na ang ginagawa ng iba eh. So we can use our expertise. Okay? And then of course, kailangan natin para tumakbo itong program in the center, we need personnel. Mura lang naman po sweldo ng ating personnel, ng ating program management associate. Okay. And of course, we need MOE, money for MOE. Okay. Yan po ay 1 million receipt money. Now, in the past, yung 1 million po ay sobra-sobra na na-generate natin sa IDPCC. Meron mga 30 million according to okay, as per ano yun, as per 2012, 2012. So malaki na po yung return on investment on this IDPCC. And we are, well, we expect that given additional seed money, we'll still be able to generate more. So Chancellor, if you give us more, then we'll be inspired more to generate more. Okay. 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 So, ito po yung mga programs natin. Okay, tingnan natin dito po tayo. The objectives. Maganda yung ginagawa kanina ni Jan eh. Para malalaki na, separate. Okay. To develop methodologies for climate risk prediction, assessment, and management activities. So, meron po tayo dyan, environmental audit, and estimation ng carbon emissions ng bawat kusina. Kasama. Okay? So, i-monitor po natin yan. Kasi we need to practice what we preach. Kasi alam natin paano mag-estimate, pero hindi naman natin ina-apply. Okay? So, expected output would be comparative analysis of carbon emissions of buildings, laboratories inside UPLB campus. Okay? So, yan po ating gagawin. As far as capacity building, gagawa po tayo ng mga training programs. We'll be sponsoring conferences and seminars. And the expected output would be training modules and also specific to particular stakeholders. And of course, the expected output would be more trained stakeholders at the different levels, like local government units, state universities, NGOs, and even people's organizations and so on. Okay. And then, as far as the adaptive capacity, of course, we need to conduct this knowledge, attitudes, and perception survey analysis. And we are also thinking that we will propose a GE course. Okay? So, a GE course on society in a changing environment, climate. Okay? So, although dinidiscuss lang po ito sa NSTP, isang meeting lang ito sa NSTP, po-propose natin po ito as a GE course. And then later on, we can also propose a regular course on the science of climate change. So, nasa drawing board na po yan. And of course, yung publications natin, policy briefs, working papers, and journal articles, and yung darating pong book na lalabas na October. Okay. Now, the environmental audit of UPLB, of course, yung ating carbon sequestration potential of the vegetation inside the UPLB campus. Kasi marami ko nagtatanong, meron ba kami mabibisita dyan sa UPLB na makikita ito? I don't, not sa computer. Okay. Okay, so we need to demonstrate this. Okay. So, well, of course, as far as mainstreaming, we need management strategies for mitigating climate change, and of course, the university-wide information campaign on climate change. Okay, so kailangan lahat ng sectors sa UPLB should be actively participating in realizing low carbon society within the campus. Okay, amen. Ayan na. Amen yung aking okay, okay. But then we need to establish an organized and systematic repository of science-based knowledge. Okay? So first, we need to conduct analysis of UPLB completed activities by unit. Okay? Marami na pong sa documentation natin, marami na. But then we still have to consolidate them by topics, by sector, and so on. So this will be part of our database as far as climate change related activities in UPLB. Okay. And then, ito po yung binabanggit natin kanina, to demonstrate CCA options within Mount Makiling area. Particularly, Los Baños, Bahi, Calawang, Santo Tomas. Yung binabanggit kanina yung Chancellor, perhaps we could have watersheds or learning watersheds. So perhaps this would be an opportunity also to demonstrate those cost-effective climate change adaptation measures that can be demonstrated in our particular area. For example po, sa DNR at DA, meron pong magtutur next month sa November, ay gusto nila pumunta sa Tagaytay, dito sa Cavite, at saka sa Los Baños, kung may makikita silang CCA adaptation measures. Perhaps we can demonstrate this Mount Makiling sa ating sa Cavite, okay. So pag-usapan po natin yung okay. Now, meron po kaming napag-usapan na will propose the establishment of an office, actually a building, okay? And this is estimated to be about 52 million. Okay, nandito po yung structure. I was given information by Dean Flores na aprobado ito ang principal. Good. Okay, and binigyan din po niya ako ng tip. Okay, you can also invite the other centers to join us in this center. Okay, so in the meantime, kasi available naman yata yung sa center. Pero marami tayo doon, yata yung likod, ano? Okay, yung pong likod yata ng CESA ang pinaplano. So, tama-tama, nasa gitna. So, it's really a center. So, ito po yung ating, okay, yan po yung mga RDE teams. So, they will be looking at climate change modeling and simulation. The other one is focused on disaster risk reduction. Yung po yung food security, dito po papasok yung DOST project, and of course, climate change adaptation and mitigation program, RDE. So, yan po yung mga na-identify ng programs, but there will also be cross-cutting activities such as capacity building, policy formulation, IEC campaign, and so on, which will involve not only this particular center, but also the other programs or centers in UPLB. So, yun po yung ating activities. So, yun lang po.